Guys, I'm going to show us how to enhance our drum kick when it comes to mixing contemporary Christian music. We all know how it's quite important for us to have that kick, that tomb really heavy when it comes to this style of music. It's quite important for you to have that in your mix. So, aside the part of using our compression or EQ, boosting EQs, I'm going to show us one way we can have that huge tom, you know, in your kick with a Cubase stock plugin. All right, a Cubase stock plugin to achieve that. Um, I know you could achieve that other ways with a third-party plugin, but invariably there's a way you can actually do that with Cubase stock plugin. So I'm gonna play this drum track, okay, and the plugin I'm going to be using here, the Cubase stock plugin I'm going to be using here is the Squasher. All right, is a Squasher. So let's listen to these drums and pay attention to the kick of the drums. All right, now pay attention to the kick of the drums when I, turn on this plugin, the Squasher plugin. So you can hear the massive difference. The kick is solid, is having that thumb, it's punchy, and it's huge. Despite what I did with my EQ and my compressor, I still had the kick weak, but immediately I introduced the Squasher plugin, it just it just looked as though that the kick came alive. All right. So what am I having here? This is an amazing plugin that is used to compress, take care of certain frequencies at the sub region of the instrument or the kick in this play in this context, and also enhance the frequency that you need. And it's actually divided into three bands. Okay, you have the low, the mid, and the highs. But in this case, I'm having to just deal with the low, which contains the sub and a bit of the low mid. Okay, so here I'm just having the band range from 20 hertz to 100, oh sorry, 20 hertz to 90 hertz. This is what I'm affecting. The other bands, I have everything turned off. Now you see on this section, you have the ratio, the up, the down ratio, you have the thresholds, the up and down thresholds, you have the inputs, you have the attack, you have the release, you have the drive, and you have the gates. Apparently, they carry out what, if you are conversant with compression, they carry out what they do in the compression. The gate is actually to, if there are bleeds, to attenuate certain bleeds. So here I'm applying 50% down ratio, and I'm having to also have a threshold of about minus 21.4 here. Okay, about minus 21.4 here. Then I'm having a really, really fast attack and still fast release. The drive has to do with the saturation of the kick to add that harmonics whereby um, anyone listening to the drums, you can also perceive the low end of the kick, like when you're listening to it in phone speakers and, maybe earphones that are not really cool, but you can still hear the strength of the drums. So, or rather, the kick. Okay, this is the input, and I'm boosting this region about 6 dB. Okay, I'm boosting it up about 6 dB, to have that tone really, really coming out. So listen to it. Without it, with it, without it, and with it. So it's a massive, massive difference. So if you're looking for how to enhance, you know, boost that kick, you can actually use the Squasher plugin in Cubase. All right. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, just please leave in the comment section. All right, guys.